And we are back again. This is Turn On, Turn Off. Who is it tonight? 2 minutes of your time. I go by the name of Tatted, aka Mr. Smooth Operator. We're out here at Africa Dumi Productions. A-Swang, as you can see, the boy is looking clean. But guys, I'm not alone. We have a very iconic person with me right here. He's always on the screens, operating on the highest level. We have the one and only Nkosana in the building. Yo. You good, my brother?
I'm good, man.
I'm good. I'm so happy to finally have you here with Nyazi. I'm not the only one who's excited. Nyazi, everyone else is always interested to want to find out what you're up to. Yeah. So before we get too much into the show and everything else, my brother, we're Takano originally rich because myself as well, I come from there, you know. So I want you to tell us about, your bio, where you come from, how everything started for you to go like, okay, I really love acting, but I'm going to take it as a career as well.
Yeah, no, it's a good question, Jayam. I don't remember when I decided to take it as a career, but I remember then, I grew up as an actor. We're doing theater from school, really. It was our thing. Okay. It was like more like part of our life. Okay. So I've tried music, I've tried other things. I'm not good at singing. I don't want to lie. I've tried running, sports and stuff, but at some point I found out with me and my soul are more comfortable in performing. Okay. So it was not about TV. It was not about being famous or being a famous actor, award winning and stuff. It was all about telling stories. So I grew up at the age of 11. I decided I'm going to be a writer. But I didn't know what I was writing at that time. So I was reading a lot of comic books and then decided, okay, you know what, after each and every issue, have an idea. Maybe. But at some point I ended up writing my own stories and understood between the difference between the beginning of the movie, the body of the movie, the ending at a young age, without anyone teaching me that. Because obviously it's on the comic books. I could see it. Okay, now this is how they folded the story. This is how they started it. About the twists and turns and everything. So acting just came along. I think I started acting I was in high school.
In high school?
I started writing at primary. But I started acting in high school.
Okay.
So
then, as you're talking about, you started in primary. So when you started in primary, like, what was the first role you had? Where you're like, okay, this thing, Yaitan, as you say in primary, do you still remember where you started?
Yeah, because in primary I didn't act much. I only performed one show, Shaka. We had a Shaka Zulu show that it was on a Heritage Day. So I was like, okay. Umem was like, okay, you come, read these lines. Let's see, how can you do it? And I did it, and she was like, okay, you're going to be playing Shaka. And then I played the king, but I didn't play it. I was 11. Stage fright, everything. That was the only time where I acted at primary. And then I focused a lot more on writing. Then in high school, we started doing Love Life games. You remember those games where we would go to Abu Sibikwa, we would go to Springs Theatre, Saigon. And I think at the time maybe it was an Akulogi Market Theatre before we joined theatre, even that busy. So we'd go watch performers, see Totina. The only thing I see here and just Kishe and then obviously when you're watching a play, you've got your own ideas. That's when I focused a lot more on me to say, what do I want, writing or performing? Because I would enjoy watching people perform, But at some point I didn't see myself as a performer.
That's very interesting, Mauricio, saying also in that perspective, right? As you're talking about you performing and you've been on screen a lot of times as well. So for you, when you have to be in theater and on screen, do you feel like it's something similar, or you feel like maybe on theater you have to apply yourself in this way, and then when you're on TV it's a little bit different?
Totally different, Jayam. It's very different. Because I've seen, speaking of that, which I've seen something yesterday, but I'm not going to talk about it. So we have actors who don't understand the difference between the two. Theater is big. You are performing for a bigger audience, probably 1,000, 2,000 people. And there's certain elements that you're going to use, but you don't need on TV, like voice projection. You understand?
So
now we can't talk like this at theater where there's someone who's sitting in seat number 2000 and we're talking like this. I know there are mics and stuff like that, but obviously you have to.
Yeah, it's all about the performance.
Yes,
and how,
the gestures has to be a bit bigger. If maybe obviously on TV I can be like you, but on theater I'm like you. So it's different.
There's a different effect too.
But on TV lately we find people who act like that, who act is theater on TV. You're like you, you know. Okay. So I'm saying yesterday something like that happened, and then my director was like, he came to the guy and just like, he didn't say this is theater. I saw it, but it was like, tone it down.
Oh, okay. So with you even understand when you see someone like, okay, that's actually theater, you have to tell them at least, you know, they must become, like you say, your director told him to tone it down a bit, but with you knew it's okay, no? His acting is theater, I know.
But obviously I wouldn't have the audacity to say it to that person, because sometimes mhlambe uzo feel a bit. So
dude, you're not coming from that perspective.
So I'll keep it to myself. I'm like, oh nigga, you're acting wrong. Obviously you use a trend.
Fact. You know. And Jonga, going back to you talking about comics, right? With years, you know, growing up, we all used to watch comics, and all of us, I think a lot of people, there's one comic that we have in common, which I want to hear from you. Which comic was it that you liked a long time ago? Maybe that's something to do with soccer.
Super Strikers. Super Strikers was the best, Baba. Super Strikers.
I wish we all of them, El Matador. Okay, that's very interesting, Kulmanga. And then I want us, you know, since we've been asking questions about Gutubuya Group and everything, to just tone it down a bit. You're going to play a game, Face of Love. So when it's a couple of faces, and then you have to take a guess. If you get it correct, face card, tick, tick. Moitola wrong, flop.
Depending, I will get all wrong. But if it's men, something's it's all right.
And unfortunately, the first one is a lady, but I think no.
My favorite. Pearl twos.
Pearl twos, like MT would say. Gonna go to the next one.
Another favorite. Unati.
You see, so it's I'm not bad, yo.
One more. Maybe some American woman and be like, this white lady.
Strictly Mzansi. One more.
Sis Connie.
The one and only. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, that was the last one.
Oh, Connie Ferguson. Sis Connie Ferguson. Because I'm going to the one that just passed away, Connie Chuom or Chuom or something. I can't spell it into or pronounce his name, but there are a lot of Connies, so I want to make it specific with that Connie Ferguson.
Facts. People will see her face even down there. And then as we're talking, you know, about Connie Ferguson and all of that, we're talking about people that, you know, have been doing a lot of iconic things, which I want to take us into the next segment. The next segment, we're going to take a bus. With this bus, well, it has South African colors, well, it's South African flag, you know. But obviously, before you go on a bus, you have to choose people. Like, you won't go on a bus, one man all the way to Durban, Cape Town, wherever you're going, right? So I want you to choose 5 creators, whether actor, artist, anyone in the creative space that you would have on your bus, and why these specific people as well.
Okay, known and unknown, or maybe you want only the known faces.
Known and unknown.
Obviously, my first friend I would take Tumelo Matlala. He's gonna be the first on the bus. You know very well. And then secondly, it's gonna be my boy Nkululeko, my younger brother Ukarabo. The third one, it's family basically. And then Khalifo, it's my brother's son. Nangeng Mshia very definitely. And then number 5, let me see who's the last person. Engamfake trip in.
Just one more vele nafuna ukuzithola on the bus angasalange emuva.
Mandi Sifeni.
Okay.
Is our mutual friend and family member.
Okay. Shout out. Hey, this bus, you know, you're putting family because
it's family.
Imagine
family
going far,
friends.
you don't have family and friends.
Family is important.
True. You know, and as we're on this bus, right, since you mentioned you have family with you, so we're gonna take the first bus stop. Okay, we're driving back, touring around, you know, South Africa back. I wanna ask you, you look outside, right? There's someone laying apparently, they're waving at you, they seeing you. You've always been on different shows, you've been on Isibaya, and there's a lot of other shows as well.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, when it actually comes to being on these shows, like what's the mentality that you have to have? Because I mean, a lot of times I hear people going like, "Ish, when you act, you know, you have to be in a different realm, and for each and every movie or show, whatever it is, you can't be the same person for this movie and this movie as well." So I want to find out from you as well, like what mentality do you have to tap into
before playing a certain role, different types of roles. But we're not talking about me.
Yes.
Initially, no.
No.
Because there's a difference between me and the roles that I'm playing. You know, for me to tap into any other role is understanding who's that person. You know, reading their bio, because you get bios. Sometimes there's a reading whereby they get to give you more information about your character. You get to understand who are you playing, what age range are they, where are they coming from, everything like that. It's very important, because sometimes we miss those lentuzana, those small information about the character, and you end up at the character yasejozi mara wena ukhuluma isingadala.
It doesn't connect.
You know, but he was born and raised in Joburg. When ukhuluma njengomuntu wasemhlathuze river. So at some point it doesn't work. But for me, it's all about understanding the person I'm playing. If I'm playing a KZN person, it has to be KZN. If I'm playing a township person, it has to be a township. If I'm playing a snob, I'd have to try and do this character. If there are certain words that I don't understand, I Google or I ask, but mostly it has to do with the information, the bio, with who's this person, so that I cannot mix this person with me. Too much, I know. But I would play a character that doesn't talk much, you know. I would play a character that speaks maybe isiZulu, speaks isiXhosa, speaks township lingo, depending on the languages that I can speak. And mostly it's not only about the language that you can speak, it's the basics mostly. So it's understanding who I'm playing, so that I cannot mix it with me, so that I leave myself alone.
That makes a lot of sense.
I can see that, you know what, these are my tendencies. It's not the character's tendencies, so I'm leaving that. Then I put more of the character's tendencies to portray the character.
That's very actually, you know, so interesting when you even like touching on that subject that you have to change. And I want to even ask you about your most recent movie, you know, High Infidelity. So there, when you were acting, you know, I was watching and everything with the character that you were playing, right? So for you to tap into that type of mentality, because I mean, you were there firstly helping the lady, but along the way, you know, it's like, you know, there's a lot of things happening. I don't want to spoil it. People must go and watch it, you know. So I want to know from you, when you actually had to tap into that space, like how did you have to, because since I've been talking to you, you're literally so calm and everything, but with that character, you know, it's totally different as well. So I want to find out from you as well with that specific movie.
It's the same thing. I had to sit down, read first that okay, this person Ufaruk and then read the script as well, you know, the whole script, because most actors don't read the whole script. They read their lines to say when I and that's it. You know, so you don't know where the story comes from, you don't know where the story is going, you don't even know where your character comes in or how it comes in, because when you only know lines. But if you focus a lot more with, specifically you asked me about High Infidelity, I got the script early, I read the whole script, you know, then I understood it, okay, this is what's happening, you know. Then we had to sit down and reading with the directors, and they gave me the privilege to say, well, what do you think, you know, about the character? Do you think this guy should be Zulu? Or do you think this guy, I had a chance that I've never got in my life to decide what languages do I want my character to speak. You know, and I had to have reasons, not just because I can speak the language, but I had to have reasons. Why am I choosing Xhosa there? Why am I choosing the English but North Mid-African accent? You know, so we come down to say, lately, if you check even on your YouTube, most scammers are using English. Most scammers sound, if they don't sound, they will never sound South African. If you're a scammer, once you sound South African, we don't trust you. You know, you never be trusted. So mostly you find that they would use English. It would be obviously African, our English. It would be different. And then we came down to this thing that people used to say, because people are liars and stuff. Everybody lies.
Really, it's literally the word out there.
So that's the reason why we're like, you know, because this guy is a liar. So we're not saying we're promoting that is true, but we're giving
like
people
the concept,
something that
true. Okay. Which is very interesting as you're talking about languages, right? I want to ask you since we've been talking, you've been mentioning different languages, and for me, I know English, Soto, Kawankam Soto, that's it, it ends there. So I want to know, for you as an actor, would you say it gives you an advantage if you know more languages than most people as well?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It gives you an advantage, because you can audition ulwisa botumelo matlala lapha ka Spain sabona ufihle ubulaka Spain twi yabona, and then you come back uzolwisa thina ngesizulu sethu, ufike ushaya isizulu, uphinde ubuye futhi uzolwisa base KZN kwi audition ngesizulu sase KZN yabona, ubuye futhi namaXhosa ngapha, like what, ndiyakwazi ukuthetha as well. So you're standing more chances other than me who can say I can only speak Zulu. So I can only play on Zulu shows. I can only audition for Zulu shows. That's it.
Okay.
I'm limited.
That's very different.
Yeah.
Okay, which I hope even other people, when they listen to you saying all of this, that they actually, take it to heart as well. And as we're talking about, things that inspire other people, with yourself, you've been in so many different spaces. But when other people look at you, some people will like, he just got there, probably it's easy and so, but with you, I know there's a lot more. So when someone wants to be successful in terms of being an actor, what advice would you give them in terms of if they want to start exactly?
Study the craft.
Okay.
Now, if you act with TikTok, then you think you can act. You don't know how to act when you act with TikTok. Study the craft. Go to theater. Know what's the difference between theater and TV. Know all the dynamics. Know how to get into character. Know everything about performance. Even musicians, who studied music, they know how to work on their voice day before their performances. They know how to mold their voices. I was speaking with my brother there some other time with about the differences between spaces as a musician. Having to know how to mold your voice in a bigger crowd and having to understand how to mold it in a smaller crowd or in a studio. It's different.
Yeah, because you can't be the same as the same.
But manje mozothola umuntu nje ozitrendelayo ecanga ukuthi akwazi ukucula uzofika nje ucule ngetone e1 what else noma uphi outdoor indoor studio, but you need to know the dynamics. So as an actor as well, I think it's important to know your dynamics, how to get into character, how to stay into character, how to get out into character from the character. I mean, knowing when ubani characters are this, acting is this, what is acting? Because a lot of people wanna act. That's why Magna Malintuzan when I'm auditioning public. Have you seen that? You find 10,000 people.
Like a long line.
But when they say there's a callback, you find 20 people. So out of those 10,000 people, what happened?
That's a lot of people. I wasn't actually thinking it like that deep.
Public auditions mostly, not private.
I know.
Public auditions. It happens because everyone sees it on TV. Like, we are auditioning for a certain show, and everyone goes there because they think they can act. But there are directors who knows very well what is it that they're looking for. So they look at you, and besides what they're looking for, they know talent. They can see you walking, like they can see you coming through from that door with self-esteem, low self-esteem. They can see you from before you even perform. So it's like a waste of time. Those people come in and go out, that's it. But people who knows the dynamics, they're gonna perform different. And so mostly, the advice I would give to someone who want to make it in the industry, although it's difficult, even though you've studied the craft, it's still difficult. You're still going to come across auditions, favoritism, trending people, influencers, but if you study the craft, I think it's much more better, and you're making things easy for everybody.
True.
Because you can see if someone doesn't know anything about performance. We are born with
which they're just doing it just because
they want to trend.
Exactly.
They want to be seen.
And that's sad. That's very sad. It's very sad. And as you're talking about, trends and all of those things, right? I want to ask you, since you've been in these fields, people know you on the screen, but I want to ask you, when you're there at home, chilling, away from, the cameras, the lights and everything, what's like that one thing you do? Like, okay, now I'm relaxing and I actually enjoy this, which most people might not know as well.
I'll smoke my weed. I don't care whether they know it, but it's my space. It's my personal space. I'm gonna get high. I watch all these shows. Nobody's bored. I'm gonna enjoy it.
So I love that. And our poets even a disclaimer. Which I like that you even so open about that, even because a lot of people will be like, me, I don't even watch my shows that much, but it's like you are lying.
I watch everyone. I watch my friend. I watch my other friend. I watch watch people who are trending. I watch those who are not trending. I'm sure about I lay up or I watch it. I wanna see why. I watch myself as well.
Yeah. Okay, and as we're talking about, watching your friends and everything, I wanna ask you about this method, which is a method I think you use a lot as well. The
Stanislavski.
Yeah, that one. Hey,
Stanislavski method. Konstantin Stanislavski.
Yeah,
he's a good writer. He was actually the good writer of but Banning abantu Jason Krutowski also wrote their point of view as well. And there were a lot of writers, but who's good it's the Stanislavski method mostly. That's the one we are using because it teaches you how to get into character. It teaches you all the things that we spoke about, the dynamics and stuff. So you find people, that book is being used tertiary institutions, to teach actors, but obviously in a market theater and stuff. But you find a person, you can download the book, you can have the Stanislavski book, you can download and read it. But you find a person says they want to act, but they can't even read that book. It's a very big book.
Like it's big, man.
It's big. If you are a lazy reader, forget. And which you cannot be an actor and you can say you're not a reader.
The script.
You're reading scripts. Most your job is to read. So you need to read. Obviously, you need to read books. You need to read. No, when I'm saying books, I'm not only talking about Stanislavski. I'm talking about novels, any type of a book. Obviously it keeps your mentality fresh and fit to understand things, because people who don't read mostly they cram. When they get the script they want to cram. I want to cram. But when you're a reader, your mind is always flowing on stories, novels, whatever. So you can read a couple of times and you understand instead of cramming, but you understand. Or else even if someone says the wrong line, you can still carry on with the scene because you understand the scene.
How it's going.
But a person who's cramming, it's going to be difficult. The whole scene has to stop now because you said the wrong line. You were supposed to say this so that I say this. And that's bullshit. It's not acting.
Because it becomes very complicated if you can't read. And as you're talking about reading and everything, right, with the name of the show being Turn On, Turn Offs, I want to find out from you, since you've been in the industry, you've experienced so many things, what are some of the things that you've experienced whereby you go like, okay, I experienced it, but I wouldn't want anyone else to go through something like this? It's something you'd like to see change for upcoming actors or people that are already in the scene as well?
Disrespect, especially from the so-called celebrities. The mentality, you have to greet them. They are important. They are so special and everything. And we are all humans at the end of the day. It just differs with the different type of jobs that we do and stuff. It doesn't mean when I'm a petrol attendant, mean I'm a musician, then I'm better than you because people watch me on TV. They listen to my music when I'm just a petrol attendant. No,
you shouldn't.
No, so we get that a lot. You would come as an actor, a known actor. You are going with a known actor who maybe is your friend, and then here's this celebrity person comes, and then they greet your friend and like, then they pass you. They don't just say Sanbonan, I love your work, and then they pass it and go. And like Sanbonan, it is two people. You just find us. You can just say Sanbonan and then your favorite shows Ubuntu. But most celebrities don't come with that tendency. They find a group of people and just pick one and just greet that one person and go and ignore all of you. You have to greet him or her.
And that doesn't
I don't have that time. I can sit next to a celebrity carrying bang and police. With your trend, I don't give a shit. You trend the lion and it's Komasake, not me. Sometimes you can even ask me who's that, I don't know. But it's trending, not for me.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you said, you always focus on the work that you do.
That I do, So if I have to know you, it's because of there's something that you do that I like. If I don't know anything about you or I don't like anything about you, then I don't know you.
Facts.
You can come with your sunglasses, big sunglasses. You are being celebrated because you are trending on TikTok. I don't know you.
True. Facts.
I don't know you. So don't feel offended if I just look at you and be like, "Stop my brother vision."
The fact that you're actually greeting, I feel like that's everything.
Even because mina ngikhuliswe kanjalo vele angeke ngizithola abantu bayi5 ngibuliso you-1 I greet all of them yabona. So sometimes uzofika ubulisa celebrity lizifile. Magazifila because you are trend is on TV. Then I'll never greet you anymore ever again. We can cross paths even on set. I'll look at you and pass. Until they ask me or you ask me or the production ask me, this guy why ngakhulumisana ngibuzane yena. You don't greet me, I say hi. You keep quiet. Just because you're on TV, you're trending.
It doesn't make sense. You can't.
You're not trending for me.
Exactly.
You're trending for yourself.
Exactly. You really can't.
Yeah. So I don't give a shit on that. Okay, sorry to step in. And celebrity life for me, I don't like celebrity life. Honestly, I like my life. I enjoy my life. Honestly, so because I'm an actor, I'm not a celebrity. I know. According to dictionary,
you are.
You are. But according to me, my celebrity is just mina sengikhiphile egameni lama artist. Like ngaba ngahlukanisa manje ukuthi they are artists and they are celebrities. Celebrities would do anything to be seen. Artists would do anything to show their craft. You know, artists will always be fascinated about their craft. They want to do it better. They are trying to do. They are trying to improve. They're trying, you know. And then celebrities don't care about improving in craft and stuff. They only care about being liked, loved, and worshipped. That's it. You know, umuntu akhona manje ungeza seka funa ukudlala ibhola. Seka nangu usha umlando manje uyatrenda kumlando. Nangu uya actor. Nangu like see me all the time, and they feel offended if you don't see them. Umuntu akhona phinda sifihla faka ama specs, but feel offended if you don't see them.
Which is actually
they want to be seen, but they hide themselves. You know,
how is that actually even a thing? You want to be seen, but
you're hiding yourself.
And then you get mad when people don't.
When people want to take pictures with you, you get mad. You don't want to be seen. You want to feel yourself. You don't want to take pictures with people. You don't want to talk to people. You feel like when you are a flower that doesn't have to be touched and stuff just because you appear on TV. That's bullshit.
Yeah, true. That's actually otherwise, well, you know. And as we've been talking about that, right? This actually, I want to say thank you so much for coming through to the show, because since actually we've been talking, you've been actually dropping even a lot of gems, which now myself, I even got to learn as an easy thing that I didn't know. And other people get to find out with yourself, Wuti, you come as well. You know, because most people always see you in character, so they don't get to know Wuti, when as a person actually.
They see about no a guy who and stuff, and I'm just a sweet boy.
Thank you so much, my brother. And this actually brings us to the end of the show. As you guys can see, I was not alone. We had my brother Nkosana with me. And guys, please go check out High Infidelity, Shaka Ilembe. More things to come. He's always doing the most. I go by the name of Tatted. We out here at Africa Dumi Productions. A-Swang, I'm looking good. And see you guys next time. Subscribe and like.